right. Folks are already tripping about Juneteenth. Check this out. A Chicago woman posted this video on TikTok. It has gone viral after she claimed she was kicked out of school for correcting the institution's director on the true meaning behind Juneteenth. All right, so listen to the video she posted.
So today I got kicked out of school because the director at my school didn't like the feedback that I had for her about something that she said in class. So I go to school right now for aesthetics. I was practicing to be an esthetician. Now, at my school on Monday and Wednesdays, we have this thing called morning meetings where we basically just talk about what's going to happen for the day, the next few days, and we celebrate people that's graduating and all of that type of stuff. Now, the director at my school had an announcement for us, and she said that Monday we will be celebrating Juneteenth, but instead of celebrating it for what it's for, we're going to celebrate it as a diverse day, make it a diverse holiday. And I immediately got turned off by that because it's Juneteenth, right? So after the morning meeting was over, I went up to the director and I asked to speak to her in private. We went into her office and I basically explained to her, I'm like, the way you worded it at the morning meeting today, I didn't like how you said it because Juneteenth isn't a diverse holiday. It's not a diverse holiday. It's not where we celebrate diversity. We celebrate African American independence. And she was basically telling me you need to mind your business because you don't know what I have planned for Monday. We're a diverse school. Therefore, we're going to celebrate this holiday as a diverse day. And I was immediately turned off because that's not what Juneteenth is about, right? So after that, I went back into the classroom and some of my classmates were asking me what did she say, because we were all in agreement that that's not what Juneteenth isn't about. We don't celebrate Cinco de Mayo as diversity. We don't celebrate Haitian Flag Day as diversity. We don't celebrate Indigenous People Day as diversity, So I felt why would you take our holiday and try to make it something that it's not? So while I was in the class, we were all talking about, just basically what had happened at the morning meeting. The director storms in after me and she's you need to come here. And I just asked her, I said, you want me to go home, don't you? She was like, yeah, get your stuff and leave. You will be suspended. And I'm like, suspended? Suspended for what? And she's like, yeah, so now you need to leave my campus before I call the police. So after that, we got into an argument because I had to tell her it wasn't even that deep. It's not that deep. Why are you making it this whole thing? So we got into an argument in front of all of the students in my class. She completely humiliated me, told everybody that she was suspending me and that I had to go home. You're not supposed to, first of all, you're not supposed to tell my personal business to other students. That's number one. Second of all, you're mad because I had an opinion about what you had to say. I did the right thing and I pulled you to the side and told you I don't think that's what we should be celebrating it as. So after that whole argument, she's like, yeah, now you need to leave my building and instead of being suspended, you'll be expelled. I'm like, expelled for what? So we get into another argument as I'm leaving the door because I'm like, you're dead wrong. Your feelings are hurt. You didn't like what I had to say. And now you want to expel me and still try to make me pay for a school that I didn't fully get to attend? That's not right. So as I'm leaving the building, before I left, I wanted to explain to my teacher, she's not going to be letting me back, what had happened. I wanted to talk to my teacher, one of the cool teachers, right? So she's trying to grab me by my book bag. She's pulling on me, get out of my building, get out of my building. And I'm like, just wait, let me talk to my teacher because I want to talk to my teacher before I leave. You doing all of this for no reason. We get in front of the clients because at my school we take clients. It's a beauty school, so we perform services on clients. She told the clients, yeah, I'm trying to remove this racist out of my building. She won't leave. She's a racist. I'm racist because I said Juneteenth isn't a diverse holiday. So now I'm the racist, right? In this situation, I'm the racist. Her feelings are hurt. I'm a racist and she wants me to leave. after like a minute of me trying to find my professor, I could not find her. So you know what, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna leave. But as I'm walking back to the front, she's on the phone with the police. She told the police I tried to attack her and that I wouldn't leave the building. No, hold on. Let's take this back. There's multiple people sitting in this lobby. There was multiple people in my classroom. Not once did I try to attack you. There's cameras in this building which show I did not try to attack you. I wasn't being violent or nothing like that. She called the police on me, said I tried to attack her. All of this because she didn't like that I didn't like that Juneteenth shouldn't be celebrated as a diverse holiday. So yeah, right now, I left. I'm gone. I left the review in the comments because I don't feel like that's right. Students of color, we can't express our feelings without directors at the school feeling like it's an attack on them, or everything has to be an attack on everybody when it comes down to Black people and African Americans in America. So yeah, that's just an update.
All right, the woman, the TikToker Go K, again, she was studying at Tricoci University. That's TRICOCI, and that is absolutely nuts, if you will. Nyambi, see, this is the thing right here. First of all, she's right. Juneteenth is not a diverse holiday. What I mean by that is, it does not mean that non-Black people cannot commemorate Juneteenth. But you damn well better make sure that the focus on Juneteenth is the focus, and then not try to create some new idea what Juneteenth should be about.
Well, absolutely, Roland. I think this young lady was exactly right in telling her, like, hold on a second. This is about Black people achieving freedom. This isn't just some holiday. I mean, you know, she used the example of Cinco de Mayo, but Cinco de Mayo at this point is commercial, and it's not even really about Mexican people. But to her point, we identify that holiday with a group of people in the same way. Juneteenth is a national holiday that commemorates the freedom of Black people who were enslaved in this country. That cannot be missed because some people are uncomfortable, right, acknowledging what this is about. And ultimately would probably, if we believe the story as this woman has suggested, what probably drove this director crazy was the fact that this young person corrected her and was not okay with sort of going along to get along. Because ultimately this diverse holiday of trying to redesignate this holiday, which was born out of, you know, the events of 2020 and the unfortunate demise of George Floyd, which we all were traumatized and witnessed, and the protests thereafter, that we will not then say that this does not have anything to do with Black people. Decentering Black people and decentering Blackness is about other people's comfort. And we cannot allow that be the rubric or the measure by which we celebrate and revere our ancestors and all those who fought for that freedom because somebody wants to call it a diverse holiday, as if we're supposed to be satisfied with that. And I think this young woman would do well to find another educational institution that respects her and other students like her.
And that right there, Matt, is the thing for me that I keep saying. We need to be very vigilant and not letting these folks try to redefine what Juneteenth is and turn it into simply another day for people to sell some stuff.
Absolutely. I'm glad you said that, because that's what we're finding with a lot of other holidays, not even holidays that are just Black centered, but you're finding the corporatization of holidays and things like Pride this very month, right? Where corporations find a way to make a dollar and they co-opt it, and then it becomes some everybody come and have a party. And when it's not about that, particularly when Juneteenth is not only about Black Americans, but Black Texans like you and I, especially here there in Galveston. But the idea that the slaves were told 2 years late. I mean, Juneteenth is not about anybody else. And beyond that, it's not just a happy holiday. We should definitely celebrate emancipation, but we should also say this is emblematic of exactly what we've endured since we've been here. 2 years later, the Union soldiers come and tell us that we've been free for 2 years. I mean, that's a holiday that deserves significant reverence and reverence for our forebears and what they withstood. And the idea that it gets whitewashed, so to speak, and becomes everybody's diversity holiday is grossly offensive. And that's precisely the kind of thing we have to be vigilant against. Look, we talk about DEI on the show. We talk about a lot of things in terms of inclusion, but inclusion does not have to mean erosion, where we should not have our history and the reverence that should be duly applied eroded for other people's comfort, as Dr. Nyambi said. So with that, I'm glad that this sister stood up, because this is grossly offensive to try to make this about anything other than our people and emancipation.
Jesse, that's like somebody saying, let's make St. Patrick's Day diverse.
Absolutely, man. I understand. Well, look, I think, anytime that I talk to my students about Juneteenth in the first place, I think it's important to understand that there's kind of two sides to that story. And just like my fellow panelists talked about, people who were informed about their emancipation way late. But then there's another piece that people don't deal with, which is the massacre of the people when they are no longer able to be exploited by the white system, right? And I think it's important for us to see both sides of that, since now this has become a national holiday, mainly because we know that once things become national holidays, they get co-opted. You'll see Juneteenth ice cream at the store. That's not really what this is about. And so what we're trying to do, and what this student rightfully did, was try to educate people. If you're going to tell folks about Juneteenth, tell them about what Juneteenth is. Don't allow, particularly in a time of, we see what's happening in Florida, rolling out all of these things to take away not just critical race theory, but Black history. We can't allow the whitewashing of Black history to continue to the point where there's nothing that is specifically reserved for the culture.
Absolutely. And so, again, we must remain vigilant to protect what it is. And look, I told y'all, the people out here be talking about, no, we never asked for this. No. A lot of us did. And we perfected how to celebrate this in Texas. It's been a state holiday since 1980, y'all. And so just ask some of us from Texas if you're confused as to how to celebrate Juneteenth. All right, folks, back to our Roland Mark Unfiltered video in just one moment. When you talk about blackness and what happens in Black culture, we're about covering these things that matter to us, speaking to our issues and concerns.
This is a genuine people-powered movement.
There's a lot of stuff that we're not getting. You get it, and you spread the word.
We wish to plead our own cause. Too long have others spoken for us. We cannot tell our own story if we can't pay for it. This is about covering us. Invest in Black-owned media. Your dollars matter. We don't have to keep asking them to cover our stuff. So please support us in what we do, folks. We want to hit 2,000 people, $50 this month, raise $100,000. We're behind 100,000, so we want to hit that. Y'all money makes this possible. Checks and money orders go to P.O. Box 57196, Washington, D.C. 20037-0196. The Cash App is $RM Unfiltered. PayPal is R Martin Unfiltered. Venmo is RM Unfiltered. Zelle is Roland at RolandSMartin.com.